Just a few remarks to bring our course to a close. It has been a pleasure to learn with you all. I'm still posting and reading your leadership interview projects, and I will finish those up by April 18th, and we'll get back with you on final remarks. And course evaluations have been sent to you from AST, so let me know if you did not receive that. This term, I have been reminded that to live in hope, we must act upon our moral obligations. As Grace G. Sun Kim wrote in her book, Hope in Disarray, we must make the world around us, the physical and the imagined, the logical and the inexplicable, the present and the future, one that is more compassionate and just for all who come to pass through it. Listening to the stories of your interview projects was sacred and stirring. We learned about the need to keep our eyes open, to be awakened to the needs of the world, to be at the ready to act, to meet needs, to offer immediate assistance, as many of these spiritual leaders do. We learned about navigating the challenges of dealing with hierarchy and authority, conflict, and other limiting factors. We learned about self-organizing and organic, dynamic, emergent organizations. We heard about the need for fluency in resources, to know what is available, and the urgency of partnerships. We saw the importance of the presence of the church in social witness. The world needs to know the good heart of the church. These stories revealed deep vulnerability, deep commitment, and prophetic imagination. Social witness is a tremendous act of creativity. We saw the need to begin with children and young people early on to teach and form in ways that are life-giving and regenerative of the earth and of all God's creation. As Meg Wheatley recalled the strong shoulders of her grandmother, we know that we need to provide strong shoulders for others to stand on as well. We are led to this work. Things might not always work out the way we think they would or should, but that is the nature of hope beyond hope. As Jennifer Ayers taught us, we use various methods for theological awareness and reflection, for praxis, for strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow, in the words of the hymn, Great is Thy Faithfulness. Meg Wheatley calls us to the joy of interbeing. It is not a joy that denies sadness. It is a joy of self-transcendence, as the experience of connection, communion, and grace. It is that experience of prophetic imagination. 40 years ago or so, theologian Jürgen Moltmann wrote a book entitled Theology of Joy. He said that society lives in anticipated terror, not unlike the culture of fear that Kahneman described, still with us today. But hope is anticipated joy. What we as people of faith have to offer is the hope of anticipated joy. What we are compelled to give is hope, the same hope people of faith have for all time, the hope of the oppressed, and yes, the hope of the hopeless. And it is the joy in our call to leadership. May we live in that joy, and through which God's vision for the world is realized. I'll close with the words of Arundhati Roy. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Blessed be you to be a blessing.